Hey, Earl here. I ain't here to lecture you about smoking. I have made enough bad decisions in my life that I got no business waving a finger at anybody else's habits. I once ate gas station sushi 3 days in a row because it was on sale. So believe me, when I say this video is not about your lungs, it's about your money. And the number I'm about to show you is one that the cigarette companies, the insurance companies, and every financial guru on the internet forgot to put on the same napkin at the same time. Most people know smoking is expensive. They know what a pack costs. They've done that math in their heads at the register and decided they're fine with it. But the pack is only half the bill. There is a second bill running at the same time that most smokers never see. And when you stack both of them together and run the compound interest math, the total is enough to fund an entire retirement. Stay with me, because by the end of this one, you'll see both bills on the same page for the first time. And that page is going to change how you think about every pack from here on out. Let's start with the number everybody already knows, the pack itself. Right now, the national average runs about $9. Some states are lower, some are pushing 12 or 13. If you're in New York City, you're paying north of $15, but let's keep it fair and use 9. A pack a day at $9 is $63 a week. That's $3,285 a year. Now, that sounds like a lot, but most smokers have already made peace with it. They've heard the math, they've shrugged, and they've lit another one. I get it. The pack price alone doesn't move the needle for most people because it feels like a fixed cost of living. But here's where it changes. Let's meet a guy named Clint. Clint drives long-haul routes out of Tennessee, been at it for 22 years, and he's smoked a pack a day since he was 19. He knows what it costs. He rounds it to $10 a day and calls it his road tax. What Clint doesn't know is the second bill. The Affordable Care Act lets insurance companies charge smokers up to 50% more on their health insurance premiums. 50%. In most states, insurers use every bit of that allowance. And here is the part that really stings. If you qualify for a subsidy to help pay your premium, the subsidy does not cover the smoker surcharge. You pay that piece entirely out of your own pocket. For a working class guy in his 40s, buying a marketplace plan, the base premium might run around $450 a month. A 25 to 30% surcharge, which is common, adds roughly $135 a month. That's $1,620 a year in extra premium, just for being a smoker. In states that charge the full 50%, you're looking at $2,700 a year on top of your regular premium. Let's split the difference and call it $2,000 a year, because we're keeping it honest on this channel. Now stack the two bills together. Clint's pack habit runs him $3,285 a year. His insurance surcharge adds another $2,000. That brings the combined total to $5,285 every single year that a non-smoker with the same job and the same paycheck is not paying. If that number just hit you different than the pack price alone, hit the like button. It helps more working folks find this, and it costs you less than a single cigarette. Now let's do what we always do on this channel. Let's run it through the compound interest machine. Take that $5,285 a year and invest it at 7%, which is the stock market's long-run return after inflation. We've covered that math in the 4% rule video and the Coast Fire video. Over 30 years, that annual amount grows to right around $500,000, $500,000, from one habit and the insurance penalty that rides along with it. We've talked about the freedom number on this channel. Your yearly spending time's 25. For a lot of working class folks with Social Security coming and a paid off house, that number lands somewhere between $400,000 and $600,000, which means for somebody like Clint, smoking isn't costing him a pack a day. Smoking is costing him his entire retirement. Run it to 40 years instead of 30, and the number climbs past $1 million. I don't say that to pile on. I say it because nobody else is stacking these two costs together and showing people what the total actually means when you give it a timeline. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Earl, I've smoked for 20 years already. That money's gone. And you're right, it is. But the math going forward still works. If Clint is 41 and quits today, he's got 24 years until 65. That $5,285 a year invested for 24 years at 7% still grows to roughly $330,000. That ain't $500,000, but it's a massive chunk of a freedom number. That's years off a retirement timeline from a single decision made on a single Tuesday. And I haven't even touched life insurance, where smokers pay 2 to 4 times what non-smokers pay for the same term policy, or the dental work, or the car resale value, because a car that smells like smoke loses about $1,500 at trade-in. Those are real costs that stack on top of everything we just covered, and each one of them pushes the total even higher. Look, I spent years burning money on things that gave me 15 seconds of something and left me with nothing. Scratch-off tickets, drive-through runs at midnight, late fees on bills I forgot about. Every one of those felt like it didn't matter at the time. They all mattered. The small daily cost that nobody adds up is the one that decides whether you retire or whether you keep setting an alarm. This video ain't about guilt. If you smoke and you're happy with the trade, that's your call. But you deserve to see both bills at the same time, the pack and the surcharge on the same napkin, run through the same compound interest math, because the finance gurus show you one number and the health people show you a different number, and nobody puts them together. Now you've seen them together. What you do with that is up to you. Here's your homework. If you smoke, pull up your health insurance statement and find your tobacco surcharge. Add it to your annual pack cost. Multiply the total by 25. That's what smoking is costing you in retirement wealth. Then come to the comments and type SMOKE along with your combined annual number. Not to shame yourself, to see it, make it real. And when you see somebody else's number down there, give them a thumbs up. Everybody's running their own math on their own timeline. Subscribe if this is the kind of straight talk that helps. No hype, no crypto, no just make 6 figures nonsense, real math for real people. I'll see you in the next one.